Hello friends, welcome to my channel of CAD tutorials, and this is Mohammed Shakil here, and today I'm going to show you how you can design a chair in Catia V5. The completed design is right here, and this design is being made by assembling some 4 or 5 parts together. As you can see, I've named the parts. Here it's a seat and the upper corner support, and these two parts are the same, and you have another backrest here, and the rib support, the bush, and the legs. So totally some 6 parts are there. And this design, first of all, before starting the tutorial, let me clarify that this design, the intent of this tutorial is to make you understand how you can design a particular component by seeing it. So it improves your design talent more than the reading the dimensions, etc. So such kind of tutorials are also available in my channel, so let's see how we can go ahead with this. So this particular chair is the one chair on which I'm working on right now. So I've just seen the chair and put the dimensions according to what I feel. So the dimensions might not be exact, so let's see how we can go ahead right now. So firstly, go for new, file, new, and select a new product. Click on OK, and once we got the new product, right click on the properties and name the product as chair study. Okay, and we got the product named as chair study. The first thing you need to have is you need to have different parts here. So go for insert new part and click on the chair study so that we get a new part under the product. And now right click and rename that particular part as firstly we'll create the base, or we'll name it as seat, and open this and double click on the part body so that the workbench changes to the part design. And if the workbench is not in part design, maybe the last time you might have worked in sheet metal workbench, so you could change it to the part design by going here. That's the most basic thing, and I don't think I should be explaining you that. So let's come back and firstly create the basic sketch on the XY plane. Use a centered rectangle and click on the center and just draw a box. Make sure that your units are on mm. It's on the mm. And now what you can do is you can just dimension these. So you could put 400 by 350. So again, I want to say this is not the exact dimensions, but if you follow these dimensions, whatever I put in this, maybe you can reach to a design which is almost exact like mine. Now just come out of this and create a pad of 20. One more thing, edit the sketch, and the place where we have the 400, as you can see, this design here have a kind of curvature, so you could here you could create a arc. Here you could create another one, and please don't ask me what's the dimension for that arc. It's just an assumption. Now just select these 2 lines here and make it dotted. Come out of the sketch, and we got this portion over here. The next thing what you need to do is select these 2 edges right here and create a fillet. You can create a 100 mm fillet and create an edge. I recommend all of the viewers to please watch the first part of our tutorial, and if you don't watch that, you're not going to understand what I'm going to do here. So select this, and now simply create a circle the circle tangential to this one and this arc right here. Now just give a radius of 400. Now select the project 3D element and project it, and now just erase the remaining portions. And we got a particular cut over there. Now just use a pocket after next and select that particular pocket feature and go for transformation, and guess what? Mirror with respect to with respect to which plane? This one, YZ plane. That's it. So our seat has been created. Select this chair study here, go for insert new part, and when you're asked for this one, you could go for yes and expand the tree and make sure you're changing the name to for maybe back support corner. It's just to recognize the part. Maybe later it'll be helpful when you're doing the assembly. Now double click on this part body so that the workbench changes to part design. Now what you can do is select the sketch and go for the front view. Now just create a rectangle, and again this dimension is based on my observation. I didn't use any measuring tape, so this is 20 and this one is 350. Now I'm gonna do some patterns over here. So for doing that pattern I need one axis line where I know that I need to stop the pattern till there. So must be like 250, or you could give 230. Now I'm going to create a pattern over here. So just, it's not based on any dimensions, so just try to create almost similar to what I create. So you'll be getting an output which is almost similar to mine. So before doing that pattern, just use an axis line, or else instead of axis line you could actually create a solid line. And use a 3-point arc, and I'm actually observing the chair which is right in front of me. So just see it from the total, how much it is, this much long it is, and just imagine and start doing it. This much. Now again from here, when you're bugged by the automatic dimension, what you can do is you can use the shift key, and now come here, take a closer look, because you have a kind of bump here. That's it. Again, come back and try to go a little faster. The axis line is so far. Just keep creating some designs unless and until it reaches right here. And once it reaches here, you could do it something like this. And here you can see it's not really smooth here, so if you feel it's not really smooth, you could select that, this one, and go for tangency. And now you could use a line here and cut it across like this, and use the trim command. Trim this portion here, and don't leave this line here, and trim this portion. And now trim this one and this one and this one. Now what you can do, you can just come out and use the shaft command, and in the axis you could select this axis right here. Go for the sketch and select this face, and what next you could do is just create two lines and create an axis line, and make sure that this point lies for concentricity, and these two lines are symmetric with respect to this axis. And make sure that this line, not that line, make sure that this line is tangential with this. And now again come to the normal view and pull this line here towards the top. Now put another line here, project this circle to 3D, again come to the normal view and trim out the unwanted portions of this. Finally just give a dimension for this one. 1 at this point. That's at 14. And now exit the sketch. Now create a pad of 80. And the next thing what you need to do is select this face here and go for edge fillet and give an edge fillet of 8 mm, and that creates the blunt corners. And now exit the part design by double click on the chair study, and you're in the product mode right now, and select this and come to the front view. This is how it needs to be. So okay, could come to this view first. And firstly, we are not gonna keep it according to some constraint or something. We're just gonna move it in the X direction firstly, and come to this view and place it. Okay, now come to the top view and place it where it needs to be XY. Go for XY according to however you feel like you can place it. Now just with respect to the Z, you can turn it. Now again just use the XY to bring it back. Maybe in the Z you could do a little more, as if it's facing like this. So it depends according to your priority to place it. So as of now I'm just placing it this way. I don't want to spend more time on placing this one. Okay. Now you need to incline it. So as you cannot see the chair which I'm seeing right now, I'm doing it according to how this flute is placed over here. So this is the side view, so just according to that you could select the side view. Okay, and now again go for edit, move, manipulate, and with respect to the x-axis you can turn it a little bit, and y-z-axis and again place it like this. Maybe it's a little more, just okay, and the y-z-axis. Now again come to this particular view here, and again come to the similar view in this one. Front also it's been inclined a little bit, so you could do that here. With respect to the y-axis you could rotate it. And again on the x-z axis. Okay, that's fine. And go for insert, new part, and click on the Okay, it's if this dialog box doesn't appear, you need to click on the chair study, but already it appeared because I selected that and I've gone for the insert new part. Okay, let's just go ahead. You need to input back support. That's what I call. Now click on yes, and we've got a new part over here with the name back support. Let's just get inside this and switch back to the part design workbench where we can start working on it. And as I mentioned before, the whole design is based on assumptions, and it's just by seeing I'm just giving the dimensions. And the main intention of the tutorial is to make you understand the design concept and the skill to design whatever you see. Now let's just select this face and go for the plane, create new plane, and switch to any of the side views here and go for the offset, move it this way and place it in such a way that there is the slightest gap between this face. Place it somewhere close to this one and come to this particular view, the back view, and again zoom out and use the move. The offsetting is already done. You could click on yes, but still I'm just placing it this way so that the plane gets placed on wherever we want exactly. Now what you can do is select this particular plane here and click on the sketch, and then make sure that you are in the other view. Okay, now use a circle and click the circle center somewhere here and drag it in such a way that you get a circular arc, and pull this a little outside. It stays at almost in the center, and this much arc would be enough, and if you need more you could do a little more arc. Now create a axis line just somewhere close like this one, and select this line here and go for mirror and select this axis here. Now you could trim out this remaining portion here and just come out. Now what you can do is you need to create another sketch. You could do that by creating a plane, and that must be, yep, it'll be fine. Just click on OK. I've got a plane on the center of that particular curve over there. Now you could select that particular new plane and go for the sketch, and then insert a rectangle or a parallelogram and create a parallelogram like this one, and make sure that this axis is parallel to this one. Right, now make sure that this particular point, so for getting that point, just project this and make it dotted, and just select this line and make it dotted. Again, use the dimension, select this point and this edge, make it midpoint, and take this point here and pull it out this way. Oh, okay, need to do like this line, and this line should be perpendicular. Right, now just pull it out this way. Somewhere like this. Come out of the sketch, and now you could just select this and go for rip command and select this as the guide curve, and we got a portion which is going to be providing as a back support, and this is our progress. What you need to do next is to select this edge and this edge. Before doing that, make sure that you're on the part mode, and you are under the back support. So now just go for the edge fillet, and you could specify a 25 mm fillet here, and you could give a 20 fillet here, and you could give a 5 mm fillet here, and another 5 mm fillet here, and just switch back to your other view. That's somewhat okay. Now that's all for the back support part. Now we need to align all this and create the other ribs over here. The next thing what you need to do is to design a rib over here. So how you can do that is, as I've mentioned before, firstly make sure that you are in the product workbench, and then go for insert new part and click on the chair study and mention the name as rib support or anything, whatever you want to call it. Click on yes. Just make sure that you can recognize that particular part by the name over here. And the next thing what you need to do is to get inside the new part and make sure that you have switched back to the part design workbench, and then select this particular plane and click on the sketch, and then reverse this. Alright, insert two circles, one here and one here, and make sure that they are tangent. If you are not able to do this tangency first while you're drawing the circle, you could do the tangency by using the constraints. I hope you already know those basics. Now use two axis lines, one here and another one here. You're doing this axis line so that you get 2 points here and here, which you can do the fix. Now use the trimmer and trim this portion here, and you get a kind of curvature here. That's what we want. Now just use this and pull the point at this particular position where you want the starting of the curve, and pull this point and place it at a point where you need the ending of the curve. Now just pull this point back to this point, and then what you can do is select this point and do a fix, and select this point and do another fix. Now just this curvature must be enough, or else you could experiment with different dimensions like 450, 350, etc. And you get a kind of curve which is comparatively satisfactory, which we're going to use for the rib command, which we're going to do next. I've already done this rib, the spine for the rib, and the next thing what you need to do is create two sketches, which is going to apply as two different sketches, which is going to drive this curve here. Now make sure that you're on the rib support part, and we have already done this one, and then select this face here, or select the XY plane and click on the create new plane, and create a new plane on this particular surface here. Now just come into that plane and click on the sketch, and once we are here, use the parallelogram and create a rectangle. Now use 1 and 2 and right click, allow symmetry line, and use the symmetry line. And what else? Just use this arrow command and make it bigger or smaller however you want. Okay, this will be sufficient, I guess. Also, you could still make it big if you want. Okay, this will be sufficient. But just exit the sketch and again repeat the same step for the top. Come to the plane sketch and again create a rectangle which is comparatively smaller than this rectangle. This will be sufficient. Make sure that 1 and 2 allow symmetry line, and the symmetry is there. Just exit the sketch and then just go for the rip command and rip this and this feature. Oh my goodness. Just go for I mean to do the multi-section and select this sketch and this sketch. Do it again. Select the multi-section tool. Select this sketch and this sketch and go for the spine and select this as our spine, and that's it. It must be a little thick. You could make it thinner by just always editing the sketch here. You always have the option of editing the sketch. You could make it big, you could make it small. And that'll be reflected in our design. And that's it for this particular part. If you have any doubt on this, comment below the video and I'll be getting in touch with you. And before going, I just would like to apply a little fillet on all these edges. That looks a little more good. Maybe a 5 mm fillet will do the thing. I guess 3 will be sufficient for this particular situation. Okay, now let's switch back to the smooth mode. Okay, that's good. And just select the rib support and see whether this gets connected to the right place wherever we intend to. No, it doesn't. So as we have created separate parts and assemble it together, you can always use the move and manipulate and go for the y-axis and just zoom in and see where it's placed and just move it. So, and place it wherever you want. I'm not really constraining all the parts in this. So this, as I said before, is just a design based tutorial. Alright, I just click on OK. And next, what you can do, go for insert and go for symmetry and select the symmetry plane. So in your case, your symmetry plane is this one, and select this upper corner support and click on finish. And you got the first symmetry. And the next thing what you can do is select this rib support and click on just copy the rib support and select the chair study and just paste it, and you got another rib support over there. Now On this particular back support portion, we create a circle. So you need to search where that circle is. So that circle must be the sketch. Okay, now we got this one. Now what you need to have is this particular point. So basically what you can do is you can unhide the sketch. Right, now again come to the rib support and get inside the rib support. Also you can be in the back support itself. Just make sure you're on the back support, and now just create a new sketch and create a point which is concentric to that circle. Now exit the sketch and again create another sketch which is vertical and passes through this point. Now again come to the assembly workbench and then just double click on the chair study and go for the top view, and then just go for edit, move, manipulate, and in this just make sure you're selecting with respect to this line. Again come for the top view and rotate this particular part and place it somewhere here and click on OK. And now you can again select this rib support and go for insert symmetry and give a symmetry with respect to the YZ plane of this one. Click on finish and we got all the symmetry being done and it's all aligned perfectly. And make sure that you are in the product mode, and if you're not, you need to double click on the chair study and make sure that in the product mode you get all these icons here, and go for insert new part and click on the chair study and you get the part number option and insert leg LAG and click on OK and click on the yes button, and you get the part leg on this under the chair study product, and expand the leg and double click on the part body under the leg, and once you're in the product mode, in the part mode, rotate this and select the sketch and select the YZ plane, and then what you can do is create a rectangle which is at a height of say 350 and a width of 25, and then you can start off creating some curves by using the 3-point arc. Just use the shift key if you don't want the software to create any automatic constraints. And then at this point you could just try to do what I'm doing here to the maximum, and it's not really important that you need to follow this particular pattern. You can follow any pattern you want as long as you can understand the concept of the design. Let's just get back to the chair study so that you can see how the design is over here. So we have 3 here and 1 here, that's it. Okay, and it's thick in the middle, thin, kind of thin on the top and very thin on the bottom. So just come back here. So now let's make it a little thick. Zoom in here. And now, okay, that's not supposed to happen here. Just pull this down. Let's just trim this out. Alright. And now, again. Create this portion here, and at last just create another folding here, and then create the last one. It ends here. So I haven't spent much time designing this particular pattern, so you could spend more time and do this to make better pattern here. Just remove whatever is not required and make sure that you have a closed profile. And to make sure that you have a closed profile, just go for the sketch analysis and it's closed. That's fine, just come out of the sketch and then go for a shaft and then select this as the axis and click on OK, and you have the shaft done over there. That creates a kind of. Next you can select this leg here and make sure that in the product mode, right click, copy, select this chair study and go for paste, and you got the second leg here, and go for the side view, the back view, and just go for edit, move, manipulate, and manipulate it with respect to the y-axis, and must be fine. Come here again and rotate it with respect to the x-axis. This must be fine, and just pull it down with respect to the z-axis. That must be fine. And finally, just click on OK and select the second leg here and go for Insert, Symmetry, and select the symmetry plane. Make sure you're selecting this plane right here, and go for Finish, and you got the finished leg here. And finally you need to create the bush, which I'm going to show you, and this is where we are now. Make sure that in the product mode and go for Insert, New Part, and click on the chair study and name it as what do you say for that, the bush. Okay, and click on OK and go for yes, and you got the bush part here, an empty part, and make sure you're double clicking on the part body, and you got the completed set of part body tools here. And just select any of this particular plane and go for a circle, which is somewhat of the same size, and make sure that circle is concentric with the circle. Come out of the sketch. And now create another plane. With respect to maybe a 10, and select that particular plane there, and again go for sketch and create a circle at maybe this much dimension, and again go for concentricity. Make sure you have a big circle. Exit, and now go for multi-section and select these two. Make sure the arrows are pointing on the same side. Click on OK, and then go for edge fillet and create an edge fillet of maybe 3 will be too high. 1 will be sufficient. Create an edge fillet all over here also. Alright, and make sure that in the product mode back again, and we have already created the bush here, so make sure that you're selecting the bush, and then you could go for, just make sure that you're in the product mode and go for insert symmetry and select the plane of symmetry and select the bush and click on finish. We got the first bush being placed here, and to set the next bush, what you can do is you could select this bush here, go for copy and paste it here, so you get a second bush, and then go for edit, move, manipulate, and then you could move it away from this one and try to place it. So for placing that, so the next thing what you need to do is to select, make sure that in the product mode, and once you're made sure, just select the leg and come to the side view and place it wherever you want by going to edit, move, manipulate, and with respect to the z-axis you can move it. Right, now come to the side view, and with respect to the x-axis you could move it this way. Again, the y-axis. Oh my god, that's a problem. You could do that step once again. Just go for edit, move, manipulate, and the x-axis, move it this way. Come to this view, come to the perspective view so that you can place it better. Alright. Y, Okay, this will be fine. Now what you can do is again come to the side view and just use this as your reference. Take the side view for this one. As you can see, there is a kind of slant. You could do the same thing here by selecting this and going for edit, move, manipulate. With respect to the y-axis, you could rotate it a little bit and bring this a little down. And again, click on OK. Again, come to this file, and from the side view, you can see that once again has a kind of, you can just if you want, you can constrain it so that when you move any other parts, it doesn't move. So in this tutorial, I really don't want to concentrate more on the assembly part, because there is enough designing part in this. Okay, let's just pull it out. Okay, this part of the leg is almost properly placed. Now what you can do is just go for insert, symmetry, and just select the plane with respect to which you want to do the symmetry, and select the leg, click on finish, and that creates a symmetry and places two legs on wherever you want it. Select the material area, and if you don't have that particular tool over there, right click over here, right click here, and search for material, apply material. If it's not there, you can tick it, and also you can make sure that you have another option called as render. So these are the two different tools which we are going to work on now, and click on here once and make sure that you're in the product mode. And before that, another thing, make sure that you are in the okay, let me tell about that after doing this one. So here, go for wood, right, and select any wood you want to apply on the chair. So I'll just go for the Scandinavian fir, apply it on the different parts as a seat, the upper corner support, the back support, the rib support, leg, and finally bush. You can leave it just like that because we're gonna apply a different material for bush. Maybe you could go for other and just search for rubber bush. Just go for bush, click on OK. You can see all the none of the material is being applied. You don't have to panic. You can just change this to the material, shading with material, and you have the material being applied there. And if you see some of the material doesn't have, just again take the material editor, go for wood, select the Scandinavian as we have done before, and just drag and drop wherever you want that. The last thing to do is to apply the render. So to do that, just go for the render option, the Photo Studio tools. If you don't see this particular icon over here, always you can right click and go for the render option which is available here. You can make sure that it's ticked, and once you click on that, you get a background, and you have an option to also rotate it and place it however you want. and based on your system specification, you're gonna take more time or less time in placing this one. You can also change the background to whichever you want. So basically I prefer the Catia default environment over here. Also you can go for custom and set the light parameters from their light falls and different shadows, etc., the transparency, reflectivity, etc. And you can also set the quality to low, medium or high. So I basically prefer the high, and you could also set the defined rendered area. If you just want to render here, you could go for this one and just pull out a window where you can render only that window part. And this is the last one. If you click on this, the software just starts to render the image which we have just done. And let's see what's the final image, and this is gonna take quite a little time, so I think it'll be better if I just alright, it's just coming up. That's not a problem. And that's it for this part of the tutorial series, and I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope this tutorial is gonna help you in your designing. And basically this tutorial was not about creating a particular component on a particular dimension. It's just about designing a particular component when you see that, and the ability of doing that to improve that is what I was focusing on when I was just creating the series for you guys. And if you have any tutorial suggestions for me to create any kind of this particular kind of tutorial, you can always write to me at katia.pro.user@gmail.com. It'll be my pleasure to create tutorials for you guys. And that's all, and I hope this rendering will be complete in another maybe some 10-20 seconds, and you can save that rendering. And also you can save that rendering on different formats, which I'm going to show you now. So here you have an option to save it. You can save it wherever you want. Here you can save it, and that's it. Thank you and stay tuned.